This is part 17 of the ongoing AS and A level Python series, and in this episode we're going to be looking at arrays. So an array is a data structure that stores values of the same type or the same data type, and in Python arrays are a bit different from other programming languages, as we shall come to realize as we go, mainly because they are not really built into the language by default. You actually have to import the arrays module first in order for you to actually start creating arrays. But basically, let's just jump right into the code and see how we can go about dealing with arrays in Python. So the first thing that you need to do whenever you intend to work with an array is you actually need to import the array module into your code. So the way you do that is you make use of the from keyword, then specify the module, which is array, then followed by the import keyword again. Then you can use the wildcard to import everything else into the into your program, as it were. So the wildcard is symbolized by the asterisk or the star symbol, as it were. So this simply means that we are importing everything that we have available in the array module, right? So maybe I think we'll actually be looking at modules in the upcoming tutorials, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, on look out for episode 23. We will actually be looking at modules. We might actually create our own modules, but in the meantime, this is how you can import the array module, right? Along with everything that is contained there within. So let's actually create an array. So remember, I said that Python arrays, they are a bit different from other programming languages, because for the most part arrays in Python they are just going to work with characters and basically numbers, as it were, right? If you want to, you can't really create an array of strings in Python. If you want to do that, you actually have to make use of a list or rather data structure. So arrays, they are specifically for working with numbers. So the format for creating an array is, let's actually create an array called numbers array, right? And the way you go about it is you actually have to make use of the array word. Then what you do is inside of the word you have to specify the type. You have to pass the type code. So in this example, we are going to pick maybe just one, but between or rather amongst the integer, the floats, or the characters, is it? So you can actually create an array of integers, you can create an array of floats, or you can create an array of characters. So remember, this is because an array is going to have a homogeneous data type. Is it? All the values or the elements that are going to be in your array actually have to be of the same type. It's unlike the other data structures in Python, whereby you can mix arbitrary objects or elements. With arrays, it actually has to be just the same type. So in this example, we are going to create an array of integers. So the type code has to be surrounded in quotes like that. So I is for integer, F is for floats, and C is for characters. There's actually a couple more. Actually, I think there's about 10 types that you can specify on the type code there. But for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm just going to be looking at integers to keep things simplified. But of course, you can always look into the other types you would create. Right, actually these are the types you see right here. These are the types that you can create. My IDE is actually trying to help me out, but I'm not going to go into detail for all of them because they have different use cases. So what I'm simply going to do in this case is I'm going to just have the numbers 1 through 5, right? And then I'll simply print numbers down here on line 9. I'll make sure I type numbers so that I don't get that error there. Actually it's supposed to be numbers array, yeah. So do that, then we run that, and you realize that we get arrays, right? Our array basically is going to be printed down there in the console. So as you'd expect, that's going to happen. So the next thing that we might actually look at is how you can add items to an array using the insert method that comes with arrays. So you can actually specify the position where you want to insert a particular value, right? So the way you can do that is you can then say numbers array, which is the name of the array, then dot insert. Then the insert method is actually going to take 2 arguments, right? The first argument is going to be the position where you want to insert and the actual value of the item. So maybe we want to insert after 2, right? So that would mean that we are saying 0 1. So we need to insert index position 2, and the value that we want to insert is let's actually insert the number 99, right? Then after that, let's just simply go ahead and print the array one more time after having inserted that new value there. So running the code, you realize that we get initially we get the original array, then after inserting 99 on index position 2, we get 99 right there, right? So that's how you can insert an element into an array, or a new value inside of an array. Then you can also remove an element from an array, and the way you can go about it is to use the remove method, right? So the remove method, it actually just takes one parameter. So maybe let's say we wanted to remove 4, as it were, right? We would specify, we would give that value there as an argument to the remove function, or the remove method. Then we simply want to just output one more time the array. So if we run this time around, you notice we no longer have 4, right? Because we've removed it here on line 16 there. So that's how you can actually remove a specific item from the array, as it were. Then you can also remove by index, right? So remember, arrays, they are going to be 0 index based. So it means that the first element is going to be 0, the second element is 1, and so forth and so on. So we can actually do numbers dot pop, then we specify the element we want to pop by its index. So let's suppose we wanted to remove the value of maybe 1, right? So 1 is an index position 0, so we can actually do that. Then after removing that, we simply want to output the array one more time. So let me just clear the console, then run that, and you realize that now our array has been reduced to only 4 elements because we've removed the index, rather we've removed the item that was on index position 0. Alright, so now we only have 2, 99, 3, and 55. So yeah, I think that's just about it for this tutorial. That's the essence of arrays, and I think we'll be making use of this particular data structure in the upcoming tutorials. But other than that, that's just about it for now. I'll see you in the next one.